Guys, I bought the cheapest GMC Yukon, the Facebook Marketplace for offer, for $450. And over the last year, I've been slowly rebuilding it to what you see today. Because, well, a year ago, it didn't quite look like this. So, if you're new to the channel and you've never seen this build before, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And you're going to have the notifications on because I'm still not done with this. But we've decided to take the last year's worth of all the videos and smash it all into one. So this is going to be probably one of the longest videos we've probably ever posted on the channel. But hopefully you guys like it. Rob, we got our work cut out for us. Get a looking in on this thing.
Welcome to Vermont.
Yeah. You didn't know what we were doing today?
Welcome to Vermont?
Yeah, we're going to get that Yukon finally.
Oh!
So guys, we're finally going to get the Yukon that we talked about a couple weeks ago. She got the title. I got everything all straightened around paperwork wise. I actually, when she got me the title, the VIN was on it. So I went, let's run the Carfax. I want to see the history of this thing. She's the third owner. She didn't own the truck very long. I think it was like April of last year she bought it. And then it was around December of last year that the mice got to it. What are you going to do? They get into stuff, they destroy things. Some of the pictures, Rob will start putting them up now. Like you see the third row in this picture. It's missing about this much of my arm out of the seat, so I'm gonna have to replace the third row. One of the seat belts I noticed was missing from the picture, so it's gonna be some work. For the price that I'm paying for it, I really can't complain. You want to talk about a vehicle that was meticulously maintained its entire life? Oh my! It's been to a dealership for everything. The first owner owned it for looked like about 11 years. They had that thing to the dealership for everything. Oil changes look like they're about every 6,000 miles. That's why when I talked to this girl's husband, said the motor was great, runs great. It probably does, because I think displacement on demand on those things kills them. But if you have good oil change routine, they'll actually last a long time. I'm going to try and get that displacement on demand deleted because I don't want to deal with it. But that's kind of some of the history that I know about it right now. We're just got out of Mount Killington area, Vermont. We're heading north right now. We're going to Northfield, Vermont. That's where we're getting it. We'll be there and now. As you can see, it's on the trailer, and Rob, we got our work cut out for us. Get a looking in on this thing. You can see the wires that are hanging down underneath the dash. It does start right up. It just doesn't. The pedal doesn't do anything, which I think that's what those wires go to, maybe, because I can see the harness where it plugs in. I don't know though. Until I mean, I can see at the bottom of this where where all the foam's been chewed. I'm not really sure until I get the whole inside's got to come out of this thing. But just look at this thing. I touched the shifter and I thought I was going to gag. It's got so much grease on it. You can get a look in the back here. Definitely this seat here is going to have to get replaced. The power liftgate still surprisingly works. The windows seem to work. I can see it needs a driver's mirror. Definitely that thing got incinerated. The motor actually looks clean. The frame, I mean, it's so-so. The spare tire area doesn't look great. But I mean, for a 2007, it's really not rotted. I mean, this stuff is kind of what I expect to see here and here. The plan for this truck is to really budget keep this thing cheap. I don't want to spend a ton of money on it. Obviously, I need new tail light because that's broke. We need some new seats. The whole inside is going to get tore apart and cleaned. I mean, this is disgusting. The pressure washer is going to be the way to go for the carpet on this. I'm not even going to mess around with trying to extract it. I'm just going to pressure wash the carpet out. I got to figure out what this wiring's missing. The gauge cluster's got about 8 million lights on it. This does show on the recall or on the Carfax a recall, so it says something about the passenger side airbag. So I got to look at that. But you know, like you can see, the mirror up there is just gone, which I can only imagine what that's going to cost. It's got a light. This has turn signal, heated. I can just imagine what that thing's going to cost to get replaced. But one thing I noticed, the shims are not, the bushings aren't bad on this, but the paint is really beat up. That's junk. The frame, you can see it looks decent. Definitely needs tires. These things are shot. Here, I got an idea to fix all this. We broke the bumper, so we might be looking for a new front bumper for this. I don't know. Maybe even a new fender. This side looks terrible. This has been repainted horribly. I might even look for a new fender for this. We got some overspray, which I can get that off with some of my tricks I know to do. This is where the body moldings used to be. You know, just look at this side. I mean, this thing's nasty. That's probably the worst of it in the back here. This is probably the worst vehicle I think I've ever got. I haven't revealed the price yet, but I bought this thing for $450, and there's a reason why I bought it for $450. The muffler's hanging down, which I'm going to strap up because I don't want that thing flopping around when I'm driving back. I'll have to see what I can do to fix that thing. I might be able to put a sleeve over it and reconnect it. You see the spare tire under here. Get up in here, Rob. That's bent. That's something that got screwed up with that. So that's something that we're going to have to seriously look at. It's rotted. It's gone. This is all messed up. Yeah, we're gonna be looking into this. The exhaust is just trash. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. The frame rails look okay. I might be able to just replace that, put a new one in. We'll see. So, all right, we're gonna get the straps on it, get it all secured down. I'll take the winch off so the weight isn't sitting on the winch, and then we're gonna get out of here and head back. Look at this. This is just from me touching that to get up in there. That's disgusting. I told Rob before we went, I can't not know what the codes are. I can keep hearing something relay behind the dash. I'm thinking up in the gauge cluster. I am without a doubt sure this whole dash has got to come out of the truck. It's not good. So let's see what the codes are. Our top down, if you haven't seen the video, you can go back and watch it. I reviewed this a few months ago. We're going to do a VIN. We're going to do an auto. This thing's a hot mess. Oh, no, it's GMC. Confirm. So that's good. Yep, pull the VIN up. So the OBD2 connector's still good. I just don't know what all that wiring is. I wonder if that's the trailer brake wiring that's hanging down. I bet you there's something else wrong with it. Automatic HVAC. Yes, it is. It's under this with, I don't know what this is. I'm going to just say no. Okay, confirm. Come on, give me the codes. I mean, the rockers aren't terrible on it if you look. It's just really, really dirty. And it's really, really all going to come apart and get fixed. Do an auto scan. We got it strapped on. I don't know if it's the greatest, but it shouldn't go anywhere. Oh my God, there's a lot of codes already coming up. So we got... And in the ECM, there's 9. The TCM, the transmission control module, there's 2. Oh boy. Well, let's look at some of these ones. Accelerator pedal, sensor 1 circuit, control module, communication off, lost communications with the transmission control module, lost communication with the transfer case control module, lost communication with the ABS control module, cruise control switch. So all the wiring under here got chewed up. This whole dash, I'm going to have to tear the whole thing apart. Oh, that's going to suck. Let's go back and look and see what this is. Lost communication with the engine control module, communication bus A off, and oh my gosh, what is this? The airbags. Passenger rollover. So the SRS module, I believe, is underneath this seat for the airbags or in the center console, one or the other. And I'm willing to guess that all the wiring got chewed. So we had our work cut out for us, Rob. Rob, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing that?
Oh, I don't know. Safety first.
Have you seen we're officially losing our minds? Now, I'm concerned that the smell is the garbage dumpster, or it could be the inside of this. I'm not really sure. But we're going to get on the road again and get out of here. I might be regretting this a little. Every time I open up the doors and look inside of it, I want to throw up. It's disgusting. But Rob, do you want to tell them what just happened? We literally talked like we're doing the whole thing. Rob forgot to record all of it, so we had to do it all over again. So we're not just back in New York. We're probably about 5 minutes into New York from the Vermont line. We've got another 45 minutes. We'll be back to the house. You guys will get the really in-depth close-up of just about everything that I can so far see that's wrong with this. And then we'll get in like closer and just show you how nasty this thing is. I mean, it's disgusting. There's no way to put it. So we're just gonna get back to the garage, unload the thing. I know there's a transmission leak, so I don't really want to start it again without anything underneath it because I don't want to destroy my driveway. For what it'll seem like for you guys, just a few seconds, for us is gonna be another 45 minutes. So we'll see you when we get back. We're back. I've had some time to look at it a little bit more since we got it in the driveway, well, yard. The rear main seal is leaking. Figured as much. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Not really sure what we're going to do with that. The spare tire frame, you could see, was messed up. You can see I'm wearing this wonderful Tyvek suit because, well, I don't want to get my regular clothes in there. Just when I went and got in it earlier, when we went and picked it up, I grabbed the shifter. My hand didn't want to let go of the shifter. There was so much grease on it. I'm going to get a piece of cardboard when we get this down because I don't want this leaking all over my driveway. I don't think I'm going to start it. I think I'm just going to put it in neutral and then take the winch and kind of like, you know, steer it down in to the driveway. I'm kind of hoping it's going to work that way. But we're going to get it unhooked, get it down, and then we can give you guys the full tour of it so you can see the absolute filthiness of it. And I'm probably going to throw some of the garbage away, and then we'll see how much more I feel like doing on it today because it's starting to get hot out, and I don't really want to wear this in the heat. So let's get it unhooked and get off the trailer. Okay, it's off the truck and the trailer. We're going to get a little bit better of a look of it. I'm wearing this. Rob's not, but I'm going to get a lot closer than I'm going to let him. So we're going to come in and really show you how nasty this thing is. The passenger, I mean, this is disgusting. This I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get that carpet back. I'm confident I will. The pressure washer is going to do a lot of work here. But, I mean, look at these door panels. Look at this. This is disgusting. Well, surprisingly, they all work. I mean, this is just wow. I mean, this should be that's disgusting. This is all remnants from the seat in the third row that Rob will get a good look in there. That's disgusting. That seat's garbage. That seat over on the other side, the driver's side, is garbage. There's one seat out here. I haven't even looked for the other one yet. I noticed the bottom of the seat right here is gone. That's been all chewed apart. The back is just filthy. I mean, this is just, all this is disgusting. This is all disgusting. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's what the carpet's kind of supposed to look like. Mouse crap all everywhere in here. Smashed out tail light, which, I mean, accidents happen, I guess. This I can't even open yet. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get that open. Well, there's the rest of the seatbelt that got chewed. I guess we'll be finding a new one of those at some point. But this is the seat that you see has all been chewed and they've had a heyday with. I mean, that's just, I'm going to try and replace this seat. It's not even worth me fixing. The first place that I looked at was right here when I got there. I opened up the door and I'm like, oh my God, that's moss that's growing. That's disgusting. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the trailer out of the way, and we're going to get the ozone machine. But I mean, look at this. This I'm sure never looked like this. I was telling Rob, this is the type of truck that I wanted. I wanted one like this. I always loved these interior colors. I always thought they just looked the nicest. Ugh, look at this mirror. Well, what the heck happened here? So I got this mirror doesn't do anything. I didn't even check to see if the turn signal's working them. Well, that turn signal does, even though the mirror's destroyed. The other one doesn't. Right now it's leaking transmission fluid and most likely motor oil on my driveway, so I'm going to get some cardboard underneath it once I get the trailer moved and back up. When I put it into gear, it will go, just the gas pedal doesn't do anything, so then obviously and I can move it around, it's not going to go fast. One part I am kind of impressed before we change scenes here is that normally this stops working. That still works, even though the tailgate's shot. I mean, there's rust across the bottom of it. It really needs to be redone, but surprisingly, that still works. I can definitely tell you it needs a whole new front clip, new taillights. The bumper needs to be replaced because the parking sensors are broke, or at least, maybe fixed. The hatch needs some work done. All through here's rotted. The other side's dented. I mean, that's just... I got my work cut out for me. I might be regretting this, but there's no take-backs in this world. God doesn't like a coward, as my father always says. So get the trailer out of the way, and then we'll get this where it's supposed to be and figure out where we're going to go for there. Party next door. 8 of 21. Those batteries should actually still be good. I have a feeling because it sat so long that the battery's cooked. It's 4 years old, so, I mean, it might be. I don't know. I'm going to try and charge it, see if I can bring it back to life and hold the charge. But I have a strong feeling with whatever's been chewed is leaving some sort of circuit opening and screwing everything up. So it's probably going to die all the time. So I got to jump start it using the jump pack. Oops, I dropped this. I keep ripping it. I'm going to need this for the ozone machine anyways. Oh, you want to be that way, huh? Come on, don't be this way. There we go. If you guys can only hear the clicking that's going on in that dash right now. Well, we should have enough juice to start it. Jesus, got 50 amps it says. Well, I don't understand what happened now. I don't understand. Hold on, let me check the voltage to see what's actually in the battery. Oh, Jesus. Only got 6 volts. That ain't enough start. What do we got when I do this? This, that didn't feel good. I think I gotta let it charge for a minute. Now the fun part. The battery died. Oh, that sounds good. We're gonna get the ozone machine in. I'm just gonna let it run for like an hour. All right, I'm out of the suit because, well, I was sweating. So I have this set. We're gonna ozone this for 1 hour. So I'm going to put this in the truck. Normally, you'd want the vehicle running and the air conditioning circulating. The air conditioning doesn't work right now because the pulley seized, the tensioner pulley, so then it doesn't. I don't even know if it works. I have no clue what works and what doesn't work, to be honest with you. Whew, I might burn these lead cords when I'm done. Well, that sounds good. All right, let's plug it in and let her go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of cardboard for underneath it while it's sitting here. I don't want it dripping all over my driveway because the rear main seal is leaking, transmission cooler line's leaking. I don't want that stuff getting on my driveway. So eventually I'm going to fix the transmission cooler, the rear main seal. We'll see if it's even worth it. If I get this truck fixed and it's running good and everything's fine with it, then I'll potentially take it down and have our local GM dealer put a new rear main seal in it and just spend the money on it. Because $450, the goal is not to spend more than what the vehicle's worth. I'm sure the shop that looked at it didn't want to, because who would really want to? I mean, this is disgusting. I don't even want to work on it, but kind of like doing this, making vehicles that look like crap look nice again. So I'm going to get the pressure washer out. I'm just going to give it a quick pressure wash and get all the mud and stuff off it so I can get a kind of a baseline of what it looks like. Had a little accident. My daughter fell off the scooter, so it's typical fun stuff around here. Those damn scooters will get you every time. All right, let's get the pressure washer out. I've only got 6 volts showing on the voltmeter, so I have a feeling that half the battery's kaput. It's only 4 years old, but it is also 4 years old. They don't last like they used to, which that's gonna suck if I gotta buy a new one. I can't remember what that is. What, 13? Sure is. Trying to get this done quick because I can smell the ozone coming out and you really should be breathing it in. So obviously the recirculator part of the air conditioner, again, which normally the recirculator would be running, but obviously the truck's not, so trying to get the battery out. As long as it's been sitting, I don't know. I don't know if it would really require the battery to be replaced. The battery is probably fine. So we're going to get the battery out, put on the charger, see if I can bring some life back to it. So far, nothing's breaking, but I'm feeling something's going to break. What I love is the GM stuck these up here and like GM'd them into this thing, so it's absolutely impossible to reach. Oh my goodness. That's suspicious. The battery was loose. All right, there goes that terminal. There goes that one. Get it out of the way. All right. So get her out. All right. Bring her in. Charge her up. I'm not going to do anything more with it. I might spray this engine bay out. Just so I'm working with a clean slate. I'm sure this is going to be the first pressure washing this thing's seen in a long time. We're getting the gun out for this one. I ain't using the pistol grip. Whew, smell that ozone. Wow. I might be regretting this. I haven't even done the inside yet. The outside's still pretty bad. I guess you'll have to come back in the next episode to see if we made any progress. So I guess we'll catch you next time. Go pick up that Yukon today finally.
Well, maybe we go get some nice maple syrup, eh?
What are you, Canadian now?
Oh, sorry.
Hey?
Okay.
Shout out to all the Canadians out there.
We got some Canadian viewers.
We do? I think they broke the original key. Oh, I lost my microphone. Hold on. Welcome to my life. Stand by. We're going to cut all this out and then fix it. Okay, there we go. It was car beeping. I mean, I was doing what you normally do. Rob, would you like say anything?
No.
Nothing. Here we go again. No. Yes, no. Oh, yes. That actually might be, I almost wonder if that's trailer brake. Rob's going to fix this. I can't even speak. This is, hey, anybody want cheese? Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is now part 2 of we've dubbed this the Garbagekon. And, well, we're going to show you why it's the Garbagekon. Let's go for a walk. Ugh. It smells like somebody died in there. This is why we're getting into the garbage can. Yum yums. We got garbage everywhere in here. We'll come around to the back, and this is probably the coolest feature to me. This is by far the coolest feature. 2007, they still had this technology. Well, they shouldn't say they had this technology. And it still works. If anyone's looking for cranberry sauce, we have a fresh can for you. It just literally left garbage everywhere. That might be a Tyvek suit there. I'm not sure. Oh no, a shop vac filter. Yeah, we're not going to use that. Anybody needs a juice pack? We got one. Plan for this episode today is we're going to get all the garbage out of the garbage can and get a good taste of what's going on in here. Because one thing I noticed. Oh wait, that's not a good version of it. Let me go over to the other side. This is where it gets exciting. And it smells like nothing but pee. So I have some urine remover. That's what we're going to be using on this one that I didn't have for the Suburban. Urine remover. And we're going to need a lot of it. Let's not waste any time. We're going to get in this thing. Let's get the garbage out of it, dude. Let's get the garbage out.
Wait. Hold on a second.
Go what?
Shouldn't you be like in like a biohazard suit or something like that? Like,
you're right.
There's a lot of garbage and scummy stuff in there. You might
remember how we did the Vivor heater?
Yeah.
And we did the movie magic.
Yeah, movie magic.
You remember that?
Yep.
We're going to do it again now. I'm going to be fully protected. In 3, 2, 1. Boom. That's it. That's cool. What do you think, huh?
That's pretty cool. I don't know how you keep doing that.
It's movie magic. I'll never reveal my secrets. So now I think I'm protected enough. I'm not wasting any more time. I'm getting right in this thing, and well, let's get all the garbage out of it. Well, my cameraman's going to come in a little closer, and we're going to get a better in-depth look of what we got to get into here. This is bad. Disgusting. That's all the stuff that was up underneath the dash. There's wiring that's been chewed. We're going to go to the back real quick, and then you can get a good look at the foam. Okay, this is where we're going to get started. I'm actually going to probably take the third row out of this. So let's get all this gunk out. They chewed the dustpan. All right. Oh my God. Well, that's a good sign. That does. Oh, that's not good. Because none of this wants to release. That's all mouse poop. Oh my God, they filled this thing. I'm telling you, this is kind of mind-blowing that this vehicle was taken off the road back in December and it's this bad already. Kind of actually disturbing to think about. Oh, look at that. That got messed up. That's got to go in the metal pile. I still might get the shop back out. All right, we're going to reposition and get around to the middle row because I think back here's done. Well, they chewed the seatbelt as I figured because that's where it should be, which means that the mouse highway was right here going up into the headliner. Well, there's the buckle. I don't think we'll need that, but we'll save it just in case. That's some big mouse poo. I have a feeling there were rats in here. I swear to God, if I find a dead rat in this thing, I'm going to end up burning it. There was a reason why I ozone this thing. I'm going to eventually get the shop back in here and suck all this stuff up. Well, this will be the first time I've sat in it. I mean, I'll say it is comfortable. Jesus. I'm gonna have to get the vacuum out for some of this. Disposable gloves. Oh my God, there's gummies in here. I'd be curious if I can save the carpet, to be honest with you. These, there is a fix for these, so they'll actually sit where they're supposed to. I'm hoping that the leather's not totally ruined. All right, let's get moved up to the front, I guess. This is, hey, anybody want cheese? Gotta let us know how long that's been in there. I'll give you all the money in my pocket right now, Rob, to eat that.
I'm good.
You sure?
I'm going to take a hard pass. I'm going to respectfully decline.
Okay. All right, well, get the rest of this garbage out. What's that? The floor is so slimy. Throwing away a lot of money. All right, this goes on the floor. That's for that side. This is for over here. This, oh, I just lost that, didn't I? This makes me wonder what's wrong with the suspension. I'm pretty sure that's a tie rod end, and that's definitely a ball joint. This could be a lower ball joint. We're going to save those. I did find a power steering line, too, that was in the back that I'm wondering if it was leaking. They were going to do it, never did it, so that might get done. But I can tell you, you know, sitting in this, I can honestly say the track is pretty gummy. The seat does work. The lumbar seems a little messed up, but the seat does work. It's stuck, so some of it doesn't work. But this is it's pretty comfy. I'm gonna kind of look forward to driving this. I think this will be a nice when it's done. Luckily, the headliner's got to come out because all this is just. I'm not gonna make Rob stick his face in here because this is disgusting. But all right, we're gonna get repositioned. This is the last part. I got to pick up all the garbage, and then I'll figure out how I'm gonna get the camera set up because I'm gonna probably shop vac some of this. I want to get some of it out of here, like the foam and stuff in the back, so I can get rid of some of the pee-pee smell. All right, guys, it's been a while. This is probably going to be it for this video. I'll get you in here, kind of show what we've made for progress. I mean, we've made some progress. I got the seats up. You can get a good look at that one seat and see how much of it's gone. I got to figure out what I'm going to do to fix that. I mean, it's better than it was. The foam's all gone. I'll take you to the back. I mean, that looks, I wouldn't say clean. It's just better because all the mouse poop's gone. There was definitely rats in this at some point. The droppings that I'm finding are way too large to be mouse droppings. So we've made some pretty good progress vacuuming. I still got to do this area, but I'm just going to do that off camera. I got to clean out the inside of the center console. There was a bunch of stuff up underneath the dash by the glove box. I got to take the dash off anyways because that's where the wiring's been chewed, but I guess that's going to be it for this video. So if you liked it, give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and when we come back in the next one, I'm planning on actually starting to rip the whole inside out of this truck. I know there's a bunch of mouse droppings up in the headliner. We're going to have to deal with that. I really need to clean everything thoroughly. The smell has improved a little now that I'm getting the mouse droppings out of here, but I wouldn't say it's great. So the key to all this is, remember, I bought the truck for $450. It's budget. I don't want to spend a lot. Robert and I broke down the numbers. We'll probably break it down in the end. The amount of time that I'm going to have into cleaning this would be just about breaking even if I was to sell it. So we'll see. But again, if you haven't already, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and we'll catch you in the next one. What are you doing?
Where am I going to put it?
What are you doing with it?
I'm going to save it.
It's garbage. She's going to save it. What are you saving it for?
I'm going to make it into a tire flower bed. It's going to be a souvenir.
The Garbagekon has multiple purposes now.
It's going to be a souvenir for this.
That's the souvenir.
Adventure. We're going to put it under the maple tree.
This will be at the end for you guys. Smile for the camera.
Okay. You're good to go whenever you're ready.
Let me. I might just screw that up. Did I just screw that up? Oh, it's blue. It's still good.
Is mine blue?
This is all for you guys at the end as usual. Yeah, yours good. The plan for today is we're gonna get all the garbage out of here, but
Good.
Yep. All right, so let's not waste time. Let's just get right into this thing. Let's get it cleaned up. Rob, that's where you're supposed to say, shouldn't you be wearing your you sure you want to just be wearing that?
When do I say it?
When I say, all right, let's not waste any time, and I start to turn.
Okay. Well, that's good because we got cars going by anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Action.
Action-packed. Because I'm going to be fully protected as every car, I swear to God, drives by. Boom! 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 Oh, that one looks like it's chewed. That could be a problem. Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This will be part 3 of the, quote, Garbagekon. Let me show you what we've gotten done so far. Since we last met, I've taken the entire dash cover off and discovered a ton of wiring that's been chewed. This has been chewed. This and this are supposed to be attached. Then, as you guys can see right there, there's another harness that's been chewed. And then, as I try and do this and hold the camera at the same time, this wire has been chewed, and that wire goes to this plug, which goes to the sensor that's up and normally in the front. And then this is the other plug that the rodents had an absolute field day with. Underneath the dash, I found a wire that goes to the parking brake. I'm not sure what else, because there's a lot of clicking down there where the body control module is. So I'm hoping that it's not a ton. I'm kind of hoping like the majority of it's up in the upper part of the dash. You notice I'm not wearing the Tyvek suit. I'm not really moving stuff around in here, so I don't need it on. Obviously, when the headliner comes down, oh yeah, I'm going to be wearing it. And when the seats come out and stuff, because I mean, just the rodents destroyed this thing. That's unfortunately what happens. A little part of me thinks this sat longer than just overnight and they chewed it up. I mean, it could have been something down there got chewed up and screwed it up. And then, I don't know, because they weren't out of here. I mean, they had a field day. I'll get you in again a little bit closer. That's the top of the HVAC. More. I mean, there's quite a bit of rodent droppings all through here. There's stuff even down inside the forward ducts here for the center. You can see some stuff right there. So I'm going to have to get all that cleaned up. When I did this Suburban, I think I could actually take the the ductwork out of that, if I remember correctly. This one, I got to look. I don't know how it comes out. I'd like to. If I can take it out and get right down to the box, perfect. That's what we're going to do without taking the dash out. But I'm not going to bore you with the wiring. I'm hoping in the next scene for you guys, which will be half a second, if that, this will be started. The lights will all be cleared. And then I can start moving forward and getting the inside out of it. For me, it's probably going to be about 2 hours of rewiring. So I'm going to quit yapping and get rewiring. And we'll see you right now. I lied. It isn't running. But I have made some pretty significant progress. I found a bunch of wiring down in here that was chewed. One here that I didn't like. It was kind of shaved off, so I fixed that one. I fixed this one. As you can see, that mess up there's been fixed. The sensor, I actually extended the wiring. Redid that. Nothing's heat shrinked or taped up yet. On that big harness over there, though, there's 2 purple wires. I'm not 100% sure where they go. They might be, like my father said, universal. Who knows? None of the door speakers work in this thing. And the Bose speakers usually last a decent amount of time, so there's a possibility that those are speaker wires. I have no clue what half that harness does. It could have come up off the back of the radio. One goes one way, one goes another. There's a bunch of wiring down in there that I ran out of time because, well, when I backed this in here, I didn't think, and I got a little too close to the garage. So I guess we're just going to have to tune back in the morning. It's the next day. We've got the truck moved forward a smidge. I used the Crash-O-Max to drag it up a little bit, but now I can get you here and show you what the other side looks like. You can see all the little, wire buttons that I had to snip off. This is a little bit better look at this side that I was showing yesterday. There's the 2 purple wires. There's 2 butt connectors. Is it autofocus? There we go. I'm not sure. I looked a little bit last night. That could be radio stuff. I don't know. That might be why all the speakers aren't working. But this down here, these wires hanging here, I'm assuming are for the trailer brake. This doesn't have it, so I'm thinking that's what they are, because they don't have, like, they're chewed. They're just, well, that one looks like it's chewed. That could be a problem. Well, I have to figure that out. But this is the other mess that I got to figure out, which actually, looking now, that blue wire and this wire might actually be part of the same thing. So there's a bunch of stuff in here I got to get rewired. I'm going to get the face mask on, put some gloves on, of course, and start digging through my mess of tools that I have laying here. Start putting it back together. Also, positive note, Monday, which would be 2 days from today, the welding plastic kit that I bought should be here. I looked to replace this whole dash. It was like $600. Not going to happen. I think I priced out a little bit today. Total for what I know I've got to fix, maybe $1,000 will be into this thing. Maybe. So I'm going to fix the dash. You might notice it from the upper half, but again, as I said before, it's all about budget. I want to try and save some money on this old girl, but make her look good again at the same time. So I'm going to get all the wiring redone, and then I'm hoping when we come back in a few seconds, the truck will be running and the check engine lights will all be off. Fingers crossed. Well, guys, yet again, it's been another couple hours. I'll show you some of the progress we've made. You can see the gauge clusters in. There's a whole wad of wiring over here that goes down in the A-post that was redone. There's a bunch up there that was redone. I'm still not sure because there's a lot of clicking, but that's not the important thing, because I'm down to 1 fault code. That's it. Everything else is fine. I can't get the truck started, so I'm letting the battery charge. But this is the kicker. Ready? I just popped that open. That might explain why none of the stereo seems to be working. And I still seem to be getting an awful lot of clicking down below. The body control module is. I'm hoping that I'm going to find something in there that's causing that to go clickety click click click, and then maybe we'll fix it. But right now, the only speaker that's working is way in the back. This is on the driver's side here, the tweeter. None of the other ones work. That might be why. I guess I'm gonna have to clean that mess out and fix it. Okay, well, I've removed the mess, and I'll show you guys this. This is the main harness. I'm assuming, I think off the Bose, if I remember correctly on these. That's all chewed to hell. Down there's the airbag sensor I was talking about. That's all chewed, it's not even connected. This thing, whatever this is, that might be to the rear controls because none of them light up. I think I'm gonna let the battery charge a little bit more. Then I wanna start the truck. If the airbag fault code is the only code that's left, then that's obviously why, because it's not connected anymore. I think I'm gonna let the battery charge, like I said, and we're gonna get this thing, see if we can start it. If the gas pedal's cleared, all the other lights clear, I'm gonna replace that cooler line, and then I'm just going to move the thing over, and I'm just going to start gutting it. I'm going to get everything out of it. That's probably going to be in the next episode. So, get this thing off my head. Oh, if you guys haven't already, and you want to continue to see this, is I'm going to call it build, because it is a build. I'm rebuilding this truck. Click the subscribe button. Have a post notification on. Give us a thumbs up. Maybe a comment what you'd like to see. Maybe something that you know about this. I think I got the wiring up above maybe figured out. I don't know. I'm still not going to butt connect that yet. But we'll catch you in the next one. Oh, those are nice and sweaty. Yummy. Well, you can see this one. The plastic's a little melted because, well, in order to get it off, I had to grind that one off. Guys, welcome back to part 4 of the Garbagekon. I got the Minion here today. She loves her little waves. As you can see, the front bumper is off. It's over there. I'll show you how bad this is. I thought I was going to fix it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. So normally, these brackets on both sides you take off. They're 10mm bolts on the back side. Everything comes off. Yeah, that wasn't happening. So I had to go through and undo the 7mm bolts that rolled it across the bottom. There's 2 of them on each side. Well, you can see this one. The plastic's a little melted because, well, in order to get it off, I had to grind that one off, and they all broke. So I got to figure something else out. But this was the crack I was going to try and fix, but then I noticed all of these tabs right here are all broke. The other side, not much better. And then this is cracked at a few spots. It's all cracked right here where she hit it. So I might be getting a new bumper for this. But the purpose of today's video is, since we last talked, positive note, the gas pedal works again. As you guys saw in the last video, which if you haven't, go back and check it out, the electrical underneath the center console is totally destroyed. So I'm going to have to rip all that out, and then today's episode is this right here, this transmission cooler, auxiliary cooler in the front. Well, one of the lines is leaking. I believe it's the upper one that goes from here to the other upper end of the radiator there on the other side. So we'll get you set up. I'm going to start the truck. Be the first, well, other than when I took off the trailer, the first extra decent run you guys been able to hear it. And then we'll see which one's leaking. Took me a minute to find it. You can see it dripping, but that's because it's shooting right out of it. Thank God it's the line that I thought it was. That one. I got a little nervous because I couldn't see it coming. There's a dripping out of the radiator, because there's the big radiator that the fluid goes through, and then there's the auxiliary cooler, which is this, that it also goes through. So it'll come into the big radiator, then go out through the top of the radiator, then down through underneath, come into this side, go over to that side, go back up into the transmission. And as usual, it's the passenger side one that's leaking. It's the one that leaks almost on, well, it's been now the second one that I've done, and all the videos I've probably looked up, they've all kind of done it too. So we're gonna get set up. I'm gonna yank this thing out of here and just put the new one in. I did buy a new one, so luckily I have it on hand. Oh, that was what I consider to be the easy part. The hard part's going to be getting the rest of it out of the auxiliary cooler. That's going to be the hard part. Because of course I had to break off. And word of the wise, do what I did eventually and take this lower black plastic piece off, get that out of the way. That actually makes it a lot easier getting it across everything. Let me get the rest of that thing yanked out and then we'll put the new line in. I tried. It didn't work. You'll notice it's missing. That would be because that piece right there, yeah, that's not coming out. So $150 later, I got a new one. So I think I'm like $180 into this thing by now. And I'll show you the throttle body as I'm getting stuff out. You know. New auxiliary cooler. I'll show you the throttle body looks a little dirty. And because I got that new scan tool, the nice part is that even if I accidentally move that when it's off, well, it doesn't really matter because I can relearn it. Yeah, that doesn't look so clean. So we're gonna clean that up. That's kind of grummy looking. But I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm gonna get the new one bolted on, get the lines put in, and then fire it back up again. And fingers crossed, moving around the other line didn't blow apart, and then I gotta replace another one. So hope. All right. So the old one was held on with push pins down here, and then there was the 2 bolts up in here. And that's changed. That doesn't happen anymore now. Now the bolts actually move and they go down into this lower part down here because the design changed from when they first put them in the trucks. So I don't need these push pins anymore, but we're going to save those push pins because I might still need them for something else. All right, I'm going to quit yapping and I'm going to start putting this thing in. Okay, so that's plugged in. All right, let's put some juice to it. Fire it up. All right, fingers crossed, nothing's leaking. Fingers crossed, folks. Fingers crossed. Don't see no fluid. I think we got her. I have to get in and put it in gear and move it, but I mean, it runs so good. Nothing looks like she's leaking. All right, let me put her into gear and see what it does. Yeah, we're still clicking a bunch under the dash. And the gauge cluster has no check engine light on, but StabiliTrak and ABS is on. Airbag light, go figure. It's just hard. I don't know if I like that. All right, let's check and see if anything's leaking. Then I'm going to patch it back together enough and drive it out of its spot. Now that I've shifted the transmission around. No, nothing's leaking. Nope. We got no leaks. I see no leaks. I think we got her, folks. All right, I'm going to get some of this patch back together and we're going to drive it out of here. That took a smidge longer than I'd liked it to, but positive note, no more transmission fluid leaking everywhere. I mean, it does look pretty nice down underneath, so shifting a little hard. It does smell kind of burnt. I'm really hoping that the transmission isn't foobarred on this because I don't know. Couldn't drive it when I got it, so if it is, then we're going to clean it and sell it as is, needing a transmission, and I'll get more money for it. But fingers crossed, because I do really like the truck, that nothing's wrong with it. So I'm going to get the rest of the front end buttoned back up. As you guys watch me take it apart, it's just reverse, put everything back on. So when we come back, it should be driving out of this spot, heading this way out into the driveway. All right, guys, I got everything moved. We're going to get it out of where it is now. I want to get it in my wife's side of the garage because I don't want to obviously leave the Corvette out. But this truck has not moved under its own power since probably December. I'm not really sure. I mean, it could be longer. but we'll see. I know the gas pedal works because I tried it yesterday after I finished part 3, but we're going to see right now. We're going to fire it up. We're going to drive it out. I mean, it runs so good. All right, we're in gear. I'm driving on my mouse bed. Oh, gas pedal works. All right. She does shift a little stiff. Oh, guys, she's running. She's running pretty good, actually. Doesn't really skip. Doesn't really do nothing. So, it's pretty awesome. No fluid leaking. All right. So that's going to be it for this episode. You're going to have to come back for part 5 because that's when we're actually going to start getting the inside tore out the rest of the way, and I'm going to fix all the rest of the wiring, find whatever else is wrong in this thing. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, give us a like, maybe even a comment, and you're going to have to come back and see what we do with this old girl because she's headed in the right direction now. I'm hoping the big money's kind of done being spent. But we'll catch you in the next one. No, you're going to have hot dogs. Oh, yeah. Guys, welcome back to part 5 of the Garbagekon build. As you see behind me, well, the inside of it's gutted, and we're actually getting ready to drop the headliner. I've been sweating like there's no tomorrow. We just finished up the massive heat wave up here, and it's 60-something degrees. I couldn't imagine doing this the other day. So everything is actually loose. I've got the 2 handles in the front that I'm actually going to drop and pull down, and then I'm just going to take the whole headliner out. I can tell you right now that it's right full of rat doo-doo. I know we're probably going to jump all over the place in this. The front carpet is actually behind me cleaning. Rob's going to somehow piece this all together because I'll be honest with you, I haven't done a great job recording this like I should have, but my daughter's birthday's coming, my birthday's coming, 4th of July's coming. I'm trying to get this done before all of that, so at least to get it back outside. The rest of the exterior stuff I can do later on. So the purpose of this video is you guys are going to see the headliner come down, and then we're just going to kind of jump all over the place, just cleaning stuff. The back carpet's behind the camera. The front carpet's hanging up over there drying, which you'll see shortly. That came out, well, better than I thought it was going to. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to get the headliner out. Now I'm absolutely soaked. Well, the headliner's out. Now I gotta clean this up and figure out where the wiring's messed up, but we don't need this anymore. The inside is clean. I'll get you in and show you. The floor pan's not great. It's kind of what I expected for, you know, the way the rest of the truck looks, but I'll get you in here and show you the rest of it. See some rust there and some over here, and the front half doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit down there, but it's fully stripped now. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the airbag on this side, because as you can see, it's chewed up pretty bad. There's two curtains though. What I can tell, move the weather stripping. There's another curtain back here that's for the third row, and then there's this other one right here that goes up to the front. So I'm probably gonna have to order another one. But I'm gonna get looking at this wiring and see if I can figure out where the issue is, and if I find it, you'll know right now. Well guys, after hours, when I said to you right now, as you can see, like before, everything's still out of the truck. I couldn't figure it out. Check engine light would still stay on. The thing that the junction box underneath the dash would click. Couldn't figure it out. So I just started unplugging everything from the junction box. Started plugging them back in one by one by one. The last plug I plugged in, it started clicking. So I'm going, run my hand up through the back of the dash, reach up, and all of a sudden I could feel a wire all by itself. And I grabbed said wire. And then if any of you seen Step Brothers, remember when Will Ferrell was playing the drum set and his stepbrother had the mother, yeah, that's exactly how I felt when I realized that I missed one wire that was causing all these issues. So finally, there is no lights on the dash anymore. No lights period. This thing is perfect. The only lights on is the airbag because, well, you know, the seats and the airbag is in right now. So I'm going to now reattach the dash back into the truck, put the steering wheel back up temporarily because I'm not bolting that in all the way. I want room for when I put the dash back in because it makes it a little bit easier. And then I'm going to get the back section of carpet clean, the headliner clean, and I'm probably going to I'm thinking I might put the front section of carpet back in the truck and get that laid down and then put the headliner back in. That way it's like kind of like less stuff I got to start doing. So less yapping, more bolting. This looks 1,000 times better than it did. And the smell, all it smells is my black cherry upholstery and all-purpose cleaner. This thing looks way better. This thing had black marks and streaks all over inside of there. I will say, the inside of this smells a lot better than when I first got it. So we are finally moving in the right direction. And I also found up on the headliner, this is going to shock you guys as much as it did me, there was more wires chewed. They're all green, so I'm hoping they're all like just grounds, so it didn't matter. But there was one that was going to the post over there, which is where the duct runs up through to go into the ceiling vents. It's one of the sensors, I think it's the thermometers, because this thing's got automatic climate control on it. So the stupid things. But tomorrow I'll scrub the floor down, get it all cleaned up, and then the carpet, the back section I got to do. But I am going to put the front the front sound deadener back in and carpet back in, and then I'll probably start working from this way backwards and getting all put back together. The dash, I will videotape that, but I need to get the whole thing. I do have the kit. I finally get a little bit of room in here to walk around. I got the plastic welding kit, so we're going to try that out tomorrow and put the dash back together and then throw the dash back in the truck. And like I said, just clean everything, front to back. So Rob will be here tomorrow, so we'll see you in the morning. It's the next day. Look who's finally back after his vacation. Rob, what are we doing now?
I don't know.
Oh, we're going to get this done. This done. I've got the dash over there to get done. We got this all set up. This stuff's got to get clean. This is all out. This is that carpet that I did that you'll see at some point in this video, because Rob gets the wonderful pleasure of figuring out how to fix all of what I did recording while he's been gone, which he's got his work cut out for him on this one. So less yapping, we're going to get spraying. Well, the carpet's almost done. It started raining, so we had to stop. There's a little rainstorm coming through. I have the two smaller sections for the second row and the big mat that goes in the back cargo storage area. I just got to extract them out. And then there's the pieces that actually snap underneath the second row seats that got to get clean still. But so I'm actually going to change gears for right now. And, well, the dash kind of came apart when it came out, so we're going to put it back together. And how may I do that? With this fancy plastic welding kit that I purchased. That's how we're going to do this. So I'm going to get everything set up with this, and then I'm just going to put it back together. I can see where down here there was like a repair at one point, but there's a big crack here. Obviously, this is all broke. I think there's another crack right here, and then I think one of the, this right here, this is broke, so I need to fix it. But I'm gonna start, I think, with this crack so it doesn't keep cracking. Then over here and kind of work this way, and then kind of put everything back together. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect, but I don't want to spend $600 for a new dash when I could just repair this one. I really don't expect this truck to last. If this truck lasts 5 years, I'll be shocked. So less yapping. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. So the trick here is to not let the crack get any worse, and then kind of like try and hold it together. But you turn this, you hit this thing on, it starts to light, then it'll start glowing cherry red like it is right now, and then you just set it in, twist, breathe out the crap in, pull up, and that's it. Boom! That is wicked easy. You don't want to go too far through this, because you go too far, well, go all the way through the plastic. So, but the stuff's pretty thick, so. Well, this is now all one piece again, and this piece is all attached back. And I mean, it's not perfect, but it's all one piece again. So now we're actually going to take this. We're going to get the carpet laid in the truck first, then put this back in the truck, and then it's just basically start cleaning and reassembling. guys, you can see it's dark. And unfortunately, when I did the headliner, I never hit the record button. It's one of the downsides of me doing everything by myself. So let me get you in here and show you where we're at. As you can see, it's again the next day. I mean, it is beautiful out. Sun's out. There's the poor Corvette that's been sitting out for 3-4 days now. But we look in through the back. As you can see, where the video slowed down, we got the dash in. Front carpet's in. The back carpet is the next thing I'm actually going to throw in, because that's all totally dried now. It's been actually really a couple days, because yesterday we took our daughter to the amusement park, so I didn't kind of continue this through like I would have normally done. So we're going to get this in. Then I'm going to start getting all the rest of the plastic, the seats, everything clean. We're going to get the inside of this thing done. I'm hoping to be done in about 2 hours. And then this thing's going to be backing out. And then I can finally get that washed, which if you guys want to see the beautiful vet get washed, I'd stick around, because I'm probably going to just throw a quick little time lapse of that thing getting clean. And then the inside of this thing will be done. So without further ado, here we go. Just look at the difference of that now. Rob's gonna somehow figure out as I'm talking to put up what it kind of looked like before. All I can say is wow. I didn't think, I mean, I'll get you in here, kind of show you where some of the staining is. I mean, this pink staining that's here, it's tan. It's gonna show everything. If this was black, you wouldn't even, that would still be there, but you just wouldn't see it. This is the nice part, is this will be hidden by those pieces I'm gonna go clean in a minute, so you won't actually see them. But I just can't get over the transformation that this carpet went through. I mean, you remember, this is where there was, I said moss, I meant to say mold. There was mold growing here, there's mold growing in the footwell area here. That was all nasty black gook. I cannot get over how much this carpet transformed itself. I wouldn't say it's 100%, it's just 95% better. It's what you expect to see with a tan carpet. You're gonna see some of the staining, but wow. And the pee smell is non-existent. I think I can smell a little bit because the garbage can is sitting out here, and I'm not putting that back in the garage until I dump all of it out. So we're gonna change angles. I got those 2 trim pieces that go underneath the seats here. We're gonna get them things cleaned up, and then I'm actually gonna pressure wash most of the plastic that has no electrical foam, nothing on it. The sections that cover up the back parts back here, there was some sound deadener on it. That's gonna get ripped off because well, I keep saying I want to say mice. The rats, because that's definitely what it was. The rats chewed it all up, filled it full of rat pee. We're not playing with that. I'm taking it all off, getting it down to plastic, and then I'm just going to pressure wash everything. It's easier. Some stuff like the center console pieces, all of the seats are all going to get cleaned with the steamer. So let's get to some satisfying video footage. I'll get you in here and show you and see what it looks weird. sweating to death, this you can see again. The plastic looks a little better. The steamer's still gonna go to work. I've actually got everything all set up over here with the steamer. I just cleaned the garage floor and got all the remaining rodent droppings and little metal tabs from the plastic welder, which that came out great. I'm actually, you can see the cracks as figured, but you know, the dash looks better. It's all in one giant piece right now. So we're gonna start working on getting everything all cleaned up and then start putting it back in the truck. Okay, originally I was just going to try and steam clean. This is the back of the center console that flips down for the cup holders. I was just going to steam clean it. It was so full of gunk and stuff because, you know, well, kids are kids. So I just steamed it and then decided to take it out and pressure wash it. So now I'm going to actually clean it. If I mentioned it's hot in here, I'll tell you what though, that thing looks like brand new now. Woo! On more stuff. We're gonna turn this into this. I mean, just look at that thing. Compared to what it looked like. I mean, this was, remember, it was all brown and gross. On there, this thing was actually missing. It was down inside the center console, but look at that. I mean, get the thing to come out. Look at that. Look how nice that looks. So, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to hammer away getting all this stuff clean. So, when I, get done covering you guys up here, when I come back, it's going to be, boom, the inside's going to be done. So, 3, 2, 1. It's not quite done. I will show you this much, though. I mean, look at the door panel. Inside, haven't done either two doors yet. Obviously, this is staying off until I can find another seat belt, but look at the back of that thing. But the reason why I cut the video out, instead of, you know, surprising you guys with a beautiful finish, I mean, look at that. That looks amazing. I can see some more down here. I guess still do. But the reason why I cut this video in was because it wasn't just rats in this thing. There was a mouse. This is the back of the seat. It's jammed the back pocket right full of about everything you can imagine. So I really don't need them. I'm just going to cut them off and then just put the seats back on. So it's a good thing I opened this because I found the little nest that he made, or it made. I have a feeling when I ozoned it that it might have died from that. It's kind of fresh looking, so that's why I ozoned it first. So when I do come back, there will be the big reveal. Boom! It's outside. Whew! I'm sweating. Let me just get you in here and show you how it came out. There's no exaggeration. I probably got, just today alone, 14, 15 hours into cleaning this thing. Easily. Wiring fixed, everything else. I'm figuring about 40 hours. A full work week I've spent to get this truck back to being drivable again. And I'm not even sure mechanically yet. I know the engine's fine. There's no codes on. When I jacked it up, it seemed like the transmission shifting, but it's hard to tell until you physically drive it. So the next step I got to do is register it and insure it, but not in that order, because New York, you gotta have insured before you register it. And then we're gonna take it for a test drive. But I can't get over, don't mind these pieces here. These are because the seatbelt on that side is still missing. So once we get that finally in, then all this will go back together. And you'll also notice the third row is not in here. It's still sitting over there. That would be because I'm not gonna use it. As I said before, this truck's going to be used for work. This gives me a ton of room to put all of my equipment in if I got to go somewhere. So I'm not going to put the third row in it. I'm not even going to worry about cleaning that. I'm just going to get rid of it. It's junk. They're broken anyways. The one thing's chewed right out. If I eventually want to get a third row for it, it's easy enough to find it, so I'll just get a new one. So that's it for part 5. This is probably the longest part of the whole series. The next step we're on to is we're going to get the body work done. I'm going to there's some dents on the other side of this I need to fix. Obviously the fenders are shot. I got mirrors that I got coming. I have new door handles that are coming because I'm getting rid of the painted. A lot of people don't like chrome. I particularly do. So we're going to chrome it up. I got to get a new grill for it. The bumper, I got to figure out what I'm going to do. So there's a lot of body work still got to be done to this truck. So the inside's done. Now we got to work on the outside. So if you haven't already, click the subscribe button. If you want to see me sweat to death, throw a thumbs up like I've done all day. Leave a comment down below and we'll catch you in the next one. Guys, welcome back. I'll give you the good view side, you know, where the tail light, remember in the last episode, was all blown out. Doesn't that look so much better? Obviously, there's still a ton of work to do on this old girl, but we're getting by some stuff that's going to be getting replaced today, and maybe even some parts like, you know, a cracky bumper, you know, a bumper that I can push and that's broke there. Might put that back together because all the parts finally came in. Huh, that only took actually quicker than I thought it was going to be. The headlights were supposed to be the last part to come in, and they were the second part to come in. The one tail light was the first, second, and then today the door handles and the key fob showed up. The mirrors are supposed to be tomorrow. They showed up today. So let's just get this like Christmas to me. Let's get this thing put back together. So well, other than the windshield and the brakes, I can actually start driving it. It's like Christmas. I got headlights, a mirror, door handles, and in this little package would be the key fobs. And that's actually going to be the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to get these programmed because I want to see if the remote start still works. Okay, phase 1. You need to have the key. Take said key, put it in ignition until you get to the on position. Don't start the truck, just in the on position. Then you're going to be looking down in your information center. You're going to want to hit the information button. I know this needs an oil change, but you're going to hit it until you get this. Press check to relearn remote key. Press the check button. You're going to hold it down until it makes a chime noise. Then you need all key fobs that you're going to use. It could be old, new. In this case, it's 2 brand new ones because this didn't have any when I got it. You're going to push and hold down the lock and unlock button until you hear a chime, or the doors locks will cycle. That's the other thing you can do because this didn't chime. I didn't hear it. So I programmed both of these already. So take the key out of the truck. Key is now in my pocket. I'm going to get out of the truck. I'm going to use this remote. It's locked. Push and hold the remote start button. I now have a remote, which is, I knew this had it, but I now have a remote start for this. Hit the unlock button. Unlocks everything. The other nice feature that this has, because as of right now, I can't open the glass on this thing because the button under here is broke. So if you push and hold this button, it still works. Really, I mean, like I said, this thing is actually, it was dirty, it's rough, the body's rough, but the truck, mechanically, everything else is pretty sound on this thing. So now I can open this and get a good look at how much dust is up in there. I think this thing was driven on a lot of dirt roads. So it's going to be pretty satisfying eventually to clean that mess. The other thing I can do with this, with the bottom button, hold this down. That's just the coolest. When I was 16 years old, this came out a year later. So when I turned 17, I thought these things were the coolest things. I always wanted one. I had an 07 Tahoe that in past videos, Rob's had it up before. Got a nice part. Oh, it's just awesome. And that one was just an LS. Wasn't the LT or the, in this case, SLT or LTZ, whatever, GM, Chevy, GMC, whatever. I just think these things are awesome. The other nice part, so I take the top button and just shut it off. Both remotes work. That's like the easiest part of the whole thing. So now, because I ramble all the time. I get told that sometimes in the comments. Now we're going to get the headlights, probably going to be the next thing we're going to do. Then I'm going to move on to the mirrors. The door handles will be the last thing. That front driver's door, I still got to figure out why I can't open it on the inside. I'm worried because I did find a cable in the back of this, and I can see where somebody's been in that door panel before. I'm fearful that that's what's missing is that cable that goes on there because it's broke. I'm hoping that when I open that up, we just didn't hook it up because I've done that before. So let's get you guys set up, and we're going to rip the front bumper off. I will plastic weld that. I'll do it off camera. But I will plastic weld that crack back together. Let's get these headlights put on this thing. Wouldn't think it'd sweat that much because it's cooled off a little, but it's still pretty hot. Anyways, that looks way better, doesn't it? You guys might not notice because it went really fast, but this side, well, you can kind of see right there that scuff on the fender. That's also where the bumper got hit. Well, the fender actually got pushed into the headlight. The headlight was only held on by one bolt. I had to find another bolt to put up in the upper part up here. Luckily, I have extra ones that was missing, so. But doesn't it look better? She's got some nice eyeballs again, and the headlight's not all screwed up like it was. So now I'm going to off camera. I'm going to fix the bumper, put the bumper back on, and then we're going to switch to probably the mirrors and the door handles last. At this distance, it looks like it's new. Get closer, it's not so good. But obviously the headlights are in. This is one piece again, kind of. I need to sand this down, and then we're going to have to put some fiberglass over it, and then sand it again, and make it smooth. And this is a mess. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. I mean, I could replace the fenders, but cheapacon is what eventually this is going to be. Well, we've moved on to the next thing now. Interior of the door is tore off, which that's gross down on the bottom. That's where I'm getting a little bit of smell still, but as you'll see here, has no ball on the end of it. That's because the ball is right there. The thing still works, but I gotta see what I can do to fix it. So I'm gonna get the rest of this disconnected and take 3 bolts out. We're gonna get this mirror off, then put the new one on, and then we get a taste for how pretty it's gonna look. And that looks way better. And as you just saw, the mirror folds in like it's supposed to, comes back out like it's supposed to. And the other nice part, because, well, this one did, but the other one didn't. Those look actually nicer because they're the upgraded, newer style where it's like the lines are the other ones with dots. So I think it looks pretty sharp. And I can see out of it. Let's close the door and get a little feel for it. Oh, yeah, that looks nice. So let's get the tripod out of the way. Yeah, that I think that cleans it up. That gives it a much higher end trim level look. I mean, I'm surprised this truck never had the chrome option anyways, being an SLT, but let's get the door handle on it. Now the mirror's done. I didn't do the door handle. So that's the last thing we got to do is the door handles. Just look at the difference. New headlights, mirrors. I mean, you get this far back. She does look pretty good. So there is potential in this rusty old girl. I have to say I am extremely happy with these mirrors. They just look gorgeous. I know most of my generation is going, freaking out because it's chrome, but I love it. This supposedly has the puddle lights on it, but they don't seem to be working, so that might not be an option on this truck. But the power folding works. This turn signal now finally works, so I know that, well, those mirrors were cooked. And, well, look at this. Look at all this. Looks like somebody went all over the inside of the door panel, and there was a slight smell that I couldn't quite figure out what it was. I guess I know what it was, because the second I took the door panel out, the smell went away, so it's kind of why all this was coming apart. So tomorrow, I guess we'll be back and we'll get the door handles done, and then after that, that's on to we're on to body work. However, I got a phone call tonight from one of my buddies. He's got a '09, I think it's a Keystone Cougar. He's gonna send me photos later. His brother just wants to get rid of it. You know me, finding cheap stuff, flipping it, and selling it. This old girl, Mama Bear in the house ain't happy because I'm not selling this, because this is exactly what I was looking for the business. The camper, don't need it. I got my fifth wheel, and it's a tag along, so it should sell pretty quick. A couple rot spots in it, so I'm gonna probably tear some of the floor out, put new flooring down, the peel and stick linoleum stuff. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna spend as bare minimum as money, clean this thing up, and hopefully sell it and turn a pretty good profit.
Hey, did you ever end up buying that camper?
No, I did not buy that camper. You want to know why I didn't buy that camper? I should say take that camper. Well, I walked almost through the back floor. Dusty, I'm sure you're probably watching this, or at least the boys are. Sorry, I couldn't take it. Anyways, back to the video. So then I'm not even going to bother fixing the front end of this thing. I'm going to there's a truck that I got my eyes on. If I can get this camper sold, if I think it's good enough to sell, there's a Denali with no engine in it that I might buy to steal the entire front clip off of this to fix this, and then the back bumper, and, well, who knows what else I'll probably steal from it. But it looks like from the pictures a lot of good parts on it, so I might buy it. It's got the Denali rims, so these tires and stuff I can run in the winter months to get a little bit more tread, and then I can put the Denali 20-inch rims on it in the summer months. But we're not even done with this thing. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I guess we'll just see you in the morning. It's not the morning. It's actually been several days since I've done anything to this. I've managed to get the door handle on the other side done. Door panels all put back together, clean. The bar smell is gone. So I actually went to the parts store today, and I got a couple more things that I needed because I've actually got it registered on the road finally. There's some things that need to be done to it first, but I have a whole box of goodies in here. I have oil, wiper blades. Oh yeah, the piece to try and fix the exhaust. Plus I have the brakes that are still sitting in the back of this. I'm not gonna waste any more time. I'm getting it out of here, into the garage behind me, and we're gonna start getting to work on it. She's in. We're not gonna worry about the back door handles. There's 1,000 videos on how to change door handles on this, so I'm probably not even going to record it. But like I said, oil change, brakes is a big one, and I got to fix the exhaust. We're going to time-lapse the whole rest of this, and then you guys are going to get to see it go on its ride. I said I was going to time-lapse it. The camera fell over. Oh my God. I figured this thing went about 20,000 miles on an oil change. It looked at when it came out. There's a lot of sludge on the end of that drain plug. I don't know how this thing hasn't blown up yet. Fingers crossed that this doesn't make it stroke out when I put the new oil in it, and then that's it. But I'm going to get the oil change done the rest of the way. There's videos. You don't need to see it. We'll get videos of the nice new pretty brakes going on the front and back. But I'm just going to finish this oil change up and then fire it up and see how much better she runs now. As you notice, the front of the truck is now facing outward, and whew, I've got one more to do. I got the back down there. It's got to be done, and all the brakes are done. But I'm up here, and you might notice something's missing right there. You know, like the end of the stabilizer bar, right there. If I can grab it, right there is missing. The link that goes down to the lower control arm. I didn't even notice when I put the tires on, and I was like, took this tire off, I took one look at it, and went, something's missing there. Steve, if you're watching, I'll be in tomorrow to get it. Granted, by the time this video actually comes out, it'll be like weeks later, but we'll remember this moment. These calipers are probably going to have to be replaced somewhere. Both front ones, I think it's the bottom cylinder, seeps when it comes out. So I cleaned around the ring. I think there's some rust. We'll see. But there was a lot of crap on there when I took the calipers off. So, but they look a lot shinier. Really, the pads weren't terrible. There's still some meat left on it, but all that crap on the back is what I was talking about. I'm gonna finish the back, and when we come back, I'm gonna be probably driving it. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. I know it's dark, but I am driving it. I gotta go kind of easy though without that sway bar link. It gets a little wobbly if I take a turn or something. So, but it does seem to run pretty good. Give it a good pull here. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit more driving, a little more testing. And I guess we'll see when we get back to the garage. We're back. And in one piece. I think I had one wheel weight fall off. So that would be 2 total that have come off it now. So I was driving, all of a sudden I heard a clunk clunk go down underneath it. And every once in a while when I turn to the left, I can hear a rubbing noise. I don't know if it's a heat shield pushing up against the rotor. Could be a bad wheel bearing. I don't think so because it doesn't seem like it's not consistent. You know, I don't know. I got to check it. Seemed all tight when I first did it, but who knows, the sway bar link's missing on the one side, so could be that too. I will say she still got plenty of life left in her, because there was a few times I matted it right to the floor, and she's got all her cookies still in her jar. So I guess that's gonna be it for this part. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, maybe a comment. I guess going forward, there's a couple things left I got to do on it. Obviously the sway bar link, the air conditioning's still not fixed yet. Those things I'm just gonna do off camera, quick fixes, nothing major. seatbelt I'm waiting for. Again, I'll just do that off camera. Then the interior will be done. I am still contemplating looking for a third row. I haven't decided yet. It would be nice to have it because, you know, it is the Yukon XL, not the Yukon. So it would be nice to have the third row. Going forward, next episode is probably going to be a ton of paint correction, some bodywork stuff I got to do. You know, as you guys saw when I initially got this thing, there's rust all over it. So I gotta do some body work. On the other side and the back, the body's dented in. We're gonna do a little PDR, see if we can get the dents pulled back out without having to redo the whole side of the truck. It's finally in the right direction though. Needs a windshield. I'll get that at Safe Light later this week. But I'm just gonna keep driving it. I had the check engine light come on once, gave me like 5 different codes. I cleared it. I did another 5 miles. They didn't come back on. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be bugs and stuff that are going to come on in this and little hiccups here and there, some rust grind. I mean, this thing sat for 7 months, really, maybe even 8. She just got a little workout. But listen, if you want to see the exterior transformation that this thing's going to have, I'd hit the subscribe button, have the post notification on so you don't miss it when we post it. Thank you for watching. We're almost at 500 subscribers. So please, again, hit the subscribe button. You're helping the cause to rehab old vehicles like this. And we'll catch you in the next one. Welcome back to the channel. I got the partner in crime with me here today. We've got everything set up. As I mentioned in the last brief little update that we were going to get going on this to do the paint correction. And well, that's what we're starting today. As you can see, the rear door handles are now finally done on both sides. I've got the rest of the residue. Well, I shouldn't say residue. There's still some glue on there I got to deal with that I've rinsed off. And obviously, you know, the other side's the same deal. It looks better than it did. This rim will be interesting to see what happens after I clean this. Remember from 2 episodes ago, I did the brakes and rotors on this thing, and this one was one of the ones that was seeping. I'm hoping that all this just brake dust is from the rotor, because I didn't really clean the rotors. You're supposed to. I didn't use brake and parts cleaner. I was being environmentally friendly. I didn't use it. That might be what that's from. We'll see. But we're going to just get through and get all this. You know, you can see these little spots and stuff maybe here. You know, this is all just like when they painted the road lines, I think they on both sides they caught it. So the clay bar is going to come in handy here. I'm hoping that's going to get rid of the rest of this stuff. Do the 2-bucket wash method. We're going to do a clay bar, iron remover. We're going to do the whole 9 yards on this thing. The only thing we might not get to today is actually compounding and polishing. I might do a test spot though, just to kind of see what it's going to look like, because the paint looks terrible in the sun. I'm thinking I might, like right here, just do a small test spot and see what it does. So we'll get you guys set up. Let's get going. Okay, she's rinsed. I'm covered in nasty brake dust, but I mean, that does look better. It's shinier more, but as you might have saw, maybe didn't, as Rob sped it up, I'm sure, pretty fast, but I had to get Scotch Brite out to get the rest of the brake dust off. There's just so much caked on there that you're not going to get all of it. I mean, these are 20-year-old rims, almost. They're not going to be perfect. I just want to make it look good. I wouldn't say perfect. Perfect would be I take the tires off, totally sandblast these things, and repaint them. We're not doing that. So now we're going to get the foam cannon going, and without further ado, why you always have two on hand. I dropped one. I only got the front section left to do. Well, I say this, I took a lot off. Like I mentioned, I made oops right here and I dropped the mitt, which you never reuse the mitt after you drop it. You got to clean it, because when I dropped it, I filled it right full of chunks from the driveway, dirt, whatever rust has been on this thing. So thank God I have plenty on hand anyways. I won't grab another one. But, you know, you see this far back, minus the lines that are still there because I can't seem to get them off. I got to still figure out what I'm going to do. The factory glue is very difficult to come off. This obviously used to have body moldings that were black that went down through, and notoriously for the 2007 year, they always fell off. 2008, they got a little better, and by 9, there weren't really issues anymore. Some of the later years, they didn't even put them on it unless you had a higher trim level like this, and it would be black with a chrome top to the top of it, and then obviously the chrome door handles and mirrors like it has now. So I still got to figure out how I'm going to get that off. We'll see. Maybe the clay bar will take it off. So next step's going to be now is iron remove, and then I have a synthetic clay mitt that I'm going to use, and that's what I'm going to use to clay bar the whole thing, get the paint as smooth as I can. And like I said, then we'll dry it and we'll see, maybe on the other side, a little test spot, just see what it's going to do. And then I'll have to take some time, and the whole thing's got to get compounded and the whole thing's got to get polished. That's the only way the paint's going to get fixed. I'm worried right here because in this fender, they spray painted it to cover up the rust, because in Vermont, you cannot have any rust on the vehicle or it won't pass inspection. So they spray painted it all, and spray paint's a pain in the butt. I'm hoping the clay bar is going to move it. So fingers crossed. Let's hope this works. nobody really tells you very often. Iron remover stinks. Burns, it's terrible. But it's vital to this whole process because this is where I'm going to bring my clay mitt into play. And we're going to start clay barring this thing and get a lot of the contaminant off. A lot of people, you can use clay, you can use synthetic. It doesn't matter which one you use. I use synthetic just because it goes further. Where I don't have to get 3 uses out of it, and then that's it. So we're going to let this sit for a few more seconds, and then I'm going to start scrubbing. I can start to see pretty much everything on this thing. I don't even know if you guys can see it. All the white stuff is actually starting to turn purple. So as I figure, there's a ton of iron deposits on this thing. Because I could see on the Carfax where this has been detailed before, but I don't know when the last time it was. So it's pretty nasty looking. We'll see. I'm hoping this takes a lot of the goopy goop off of it that's still on it. So fingers crossed. Glide this until you feel it pretty much not dragging at all. That means it's pulled all the contaminants off. My fear is that a lot of this road paint that was splashed down the side really still hasn't come off yet. So I'm fearful that the paint might be totally just trashed on this beyond repair. Might be doing a lot of wet sanding to fix this. Oh boy. I mean, the big thing is clay bar. Ooh, it's smooth. That's very smooth. I'm scratched it all to heck, I'm sure, which that's what multi-step correction is. Hand wash, then you iron remove, then you clay bar, so now the paint's fully decontaminated, then you can compound and polish. In this case, there's gonna be some wet sanding, then I'm probably just gonna go to polish. I'm not even gonna bother with the compound because I'm gonna go a little bit more aggressive to cut in and then polish to bring back out. So like all this stuff down through here still didn't come off. There's a ton of paint on there that didn't come off, so it's really stuck in the clear coat. So I'm gonna have to go with some very high grit sandpaper, do a ton of wet sanding on this to try and get the paint brought back as best as I can. I mean, wet, this is what the truck's gonna look like. This is what when you get a vehicle wet, this is what it's supposed to look like. Beautiful, it's beautiful black. Just like this is when it's clean, beautiful. When it's dry, not so good. There's a lot of, it looks like they took a rake to wash this thing. So I'm going to finish clay barring it, and then we'll be back, and then I'll get you guys in a little bit closer to show you what it's going to look like before I polish it. All right, truck's clay barred. I'm going to get you in here and show you how bad this really is. Obviously, you can see through here is all the overspray from the spray paint. I mean, wet sanding should take all that off because it's just sitting on top of the clear coat. All of this stuff is still here. You can see here there's some overspray. This is just years and years and years and years and years of people grabbing the door and shutting it right there. Same thing with right here. So that I think will actually buff and come back. When you look at the wet, that's kind of what it should look like. Obviously there's the dents here I still need to fix. This big sticker that was here, the sticker's gone, the glue's gone. It's smooth, but it needs to be really buffed right there. And that might be where I actually do my test spot by hand just to see. But I mean, we're all rotted through here. This handle was packed. I mean, packed right full of dirt and mud because it's been forever. All of the overspray, surprisingly yellow on the road lines. Yellow comes right off. The white seems to struggle a little bit, but all that came right off. There was a bunch down the side of this. All this, we can only confer to whatever it is. Obviously that came off with the clay bar. That took it off. Remember that big smear that came down here? Yeah, that was pretty gross. All that's gone. Again, we still have the body molding lines. This fender probably looks the best out of all of them. Of course, it's still wet, but really the whole truck needs to be repainted. It's rough. The roof, I'm not even going to get into that part of it yet. Right here on the very front of it and just the other side of it are two stone chips are getting quite big. I need to actually sand them down and clean them up before they rot all the way through. And then I think what I am going to do with that section, because not many people look at the roof anyways, is talk to my guys who are going to, like I said before, this is going to be a business truck. So this is going to get lettered up, striped up. That's where I think I'm actually going to cost effectively, the best way, hide all the rust on this. We'll fix all the rot spots in it, and they'll probably last 3-4 years or whatever, as meticulous as I am with keeping stuff clean. Because the big thing is keep the salt out of it. But we're going to hide pretty much everything with the decals. You know, the business name's going to probably go on the back section. Going to figure out something down through here to kind of hide all this mess that's through here. Figure out something down here, something here, and then up on the roof, I think what we're going to do is just put a black piece of vinyl right across the top of it, and then you won't even see what I'm going to fix up there. So that's kind of where we're at with this. Again, we're still in limbo, waiting to get the frame done. So once the frame's done, then I'll start doing everything else. It needs new coil packs, wires, plugs. Then it'll start running really smooth. I want to do a rear diff flush, a front diff flush, a transfer case flush, a transmission dump and filter change. I don't want to flush that because that's when you usually screw things up, because God only knows last time. It's probably 80,000 miles ago last time that was done. So I want to do all that stuff. I still got to fix the air conditioning line in this back fender well area that I haven't done yet. There's a lot of mechanical stuff to do. I figure once the mechanical stuff is actually physically done, then I'll start worrying about the body work. But that's probably going to be, by the time I get around to that, it's going to be next year. I mean, I still got things like gas tank straps and the bolting kit that holds them on I got to replace. Parking brake cable on the driver's side needs to be replaced. The actual, that goes from the pedal, there's an adapter that goes down to the back tube. That needs to be replaced because that's rotted and held together with U-bolts and clamps and stuff that's not supposed to be in there. So I got to fix all that stuff. So there's still a lot to do to this. I am probably going to try and wet sand some of this and see if I can polish it and bring it back. We'll see. So this is really going to put my limits to the test because I've never had to wet sand anything. I've never had anything this bad. I mean, again, you get this far back, it does look good. There is a ton of potential in this thing to look like a sharp truck. But we got to get it there. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Throw us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. And you'll have to come back in the next episode because maybe we'll actually be officially have this on the road and driving it. So until then, peace. Side note, my little minion decided that when mommy came home, bye-bye, so she didn't even help me. Kids these days. Okay, bye now. You guys really think I'd let you go without seeing the little test spot? So right here is where that sticker was. Remember how bad that looked just a few seconds ago? There, you can see it. You can see the line. I'm nice and glossy and smooth. Looks like crap. Looks really nice. Looks like crap. Just imagine what the machine will do when I actually put it on there. Because I did that by hand. I didn't actually use the buffing machine. So there is potential. I'm pretty sure once I put the compound on the machine, I might have a chance of saving this. But you're going to have to come back and see. That's it. No more teasers. Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, I'm running on low battery today, but you can see behind me from the other day when I posted the little teaser. Well, it's pretty noticeable where I did and where I didn't. Doesn't really matter the angle. You can see the really cloudy and really clear over here. So the paint does have a chance. And that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to get everything set up and let's just do a time lapse of this thing. All I use is Ultimate Compound. I don't use any fancy products. You don't need to use any fancy products. You give everything a good shake. I just put a couple dabs on this. Now this pad's already been primed at one point, so I don't need to put a ton on it. But if this is the first time using the pad, then I'd probably put a little bit more than just the couple P drops that I'm using here. So then, so to our lowest setting, you're gonna blot it all in. Right to where I finished. Now the rust and stuff is down in this lower section down here below where you can even see it on the camera. I'm not even going to worry about that because you know, the fender's got to get redone anyways. But get everything on lowest setting, then just work it in. Okay, now that's done. We're gonna take and wipe off all the residue. And I can, you know, see a drastic difference. I'm hoping you guys can, but like all the scratches and stuff that are here, yeah, some of them are pretty deep. They're still gonna be there, but the big thing is all the fine scratching from car washes, that's gone. So I'm now going to finish the entire truck. I'll time lapse the rest of it, and then we'll come back and we'll do a whole polish. But you can see, you know, back here, I can see again a little bit of them scratches, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. So let's just get the rest of it done, get it looking good again. So much glossier now. It's hard to tell in the light, but it does look significantly better. There's a lot of scratching all through here. This looked terrible, if you guys remember, especially like right here where the door handle is. That was all white and scratched up. This looks 1,000 times better than it did. Obviously, I'm not going to go perfect because the bottom's totally rotted in spots, and around the gas door there's some rust. The back bumper that's going to have to be replaced. I mean, that thing got pretty screwed up when it got backed in. Well, when she backed into whatever it was she backed into. Like most likely the front bumper and probably the fenders and probably the hood and eventually the doors. I mean, really, this is all wasted work because eventually all this is going to have to get redone. But for now, I don't want to look like crap while I'm looking at it. So this looks great. Now, this is just the compound. You guys are going to have to come back tomorrow morning to see the polish. It's the next day. Or is it? You'll never know. Anyways, now we're cover this up, and I don't really care. Now we're going to get the back half of this compound on the other side. I did decide, though, since I've had time to think about it, I'm not going to bother with the hood, the bumpers. Really, I shouldn't even bother with... I'm definitely not going to bother with that other fender on the other side because, well, that's covered in overspray anyways. But really, all the stuff's going to require a lot of extra paint care. The only thing I'm really concerned about will be the doors and, like, you know, this section in here that looks awful. So, without further ado, let's continue. Of our two-step paint correction, step one is done. All the compound's done. Minus, like I said, the fender and the hood and the bumpers, because, well, that's all got to get redone anyway. So there's really no point in me redoing it. So now the next part's going to be is polish. And we'll get you in and kind of show you a little bit closer how much better this looks now. Take back here, for instance. Right here is where the wiper arm would normally sit. This was really white and really noticeable. It's there, not as bad. I mean, I'm obviously really glossy looking, even though this whole back thing's got to all get repainted. Oh, this looks significantly better. I mean, everything's really glossy. You can see me reflecting pretty good. Obviously up here in the hood, that's where you notice how bad it really is. I mean, it's very cloudy. Even looks nice, but it's pretty cloudy. But I think the good telltale sign will be, you know, from here to here. That's your big difference, because I didn't do this part because there's no point, because obviously it's junk. It's covered in overspray. It's all got to get sanded and redone. I'm going to switch pads, switch to the polish, which thank God, because she was getting pretty dirty. So she was right about the end. There's a lot of oxidation on it. At one point, I took this and swiped it out of the door jamb over here where I had a little bit of over dump of compound, and it was pretty nasty. Very black. So let's get the polish done and see how it looks. Anyways, that's done. All right, turn you guys around here. Way glossier now. I even fixed the other tail light. I mean, obviously there's some issues with chipping and rot, more rot, clear coat failure. I didn't even bother with the bumper or the hood, like I said, but I mean, it looks better when you look at how dull this is, and then look how, well, not that, but look how nice and shiny all that is. We've made some significant progress. So if you guys like this video, give us a thumbs up, and if you're not already, you've made it this far, you might as well hit that subscribe button. That's it. The 2-stage, the total paint correction is done. Obviously, we got a ton of body work to do on this thing. As I've mentioned before, we still have the frame to fix. I got the air conditioning lines in here I got to do, gas tank straps, parking brake cable. I got a few more things to do on it. Still find a third row, and should be done. As I've mentioned also in the past, bodywork's probably not going to get done this year. That's why I wanted to clean it up. You know, yeah, you can still see where the body moldings are. They look like crap, but I'm so back and forth on things. As I said, this is going to be a business vehicle, so I might even vinyl this thing up anyway. So when I go through and fix all this stuff, you won't even see it. It'll all be hidden behind vinyl. So you guys are going to have to stick around and see. But for now, this is on pause. You'll have to come back and see what we do in the next video. So as again, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, have the bell notification on, and we'll catch you in the next one. Did you guys enjoy it? And if you've made it this far, you might as well have already clicked that like and subscribe button. And as you can see from the end of the video, which I want to say that was like 7 months ago, none of the body work's been done yet because winter really just stopped me completely. But I will say that the paint is held up glossy wise. I'm still looking for new fenders for this. I might replace the bumper because, well, that's pretty messed up, and the back bumper looks horrendous, and the parking sensors are screwed up. Well, there's still some things that need to be fixed on this. So you're going to have to stick around to see what the next step is with this. The next video is probably not going to be this. It's probably going to be right behind my wonderful cameraman, if he pans over, the 6-month review on the 2025 3500. It's now getting close to camping season, so we're going to be towing, and well, I'll give you guys my actual first impression of towing the camper with it. So, I hope you enjoyed it again, and we'll catch you in the next one.